Okay, so about got this thing ready to flake. I'm going to show you the platform. I'm going to tell you, this is how I learned to do it. This is how everybody finds their own way through the fog, man. I mean, there's a lot of people say, oh, you need to do it this way, you need to do it that way. No, you need to do it your way because it's how we're going to learn, is what works for us. And so what I'm showing you is just some techniques that I've came up with and it works for me. So this is how I do it. Whether people like it or not, that's their issue, not mine. But anyhow, you can see I've got this 45'd right down the edge. It gets narrow up there at the tip. I left it a little thicker on this one, just so it'd be more visible on camera. But it's easy to think of that whole flat surface right there as your platform, but really it's not. In fog, it's best to use a sandpaper or a wet sandpaper to do this. That very edge is our true platform. But to make that strong, you can't have any deficiencies in there. No chips, no little chips on the back side of it. There's one little scratch right there. I'm going to take that out before I flake, because when you're shooting off a thin platform like that, that could very easily create a hinge right there and just ruin it right from the start. But I have also done this side. I haven't abraded it yet with the sandpaper, but I flake this whole side first. Some people do one side and rotate and do the other, but I don't. Once I flip this side, I will crunch these edges off. You can use a rounded butter knife to take the little edges off of it with a grinder, and just scrunch that off there. And then you can come back to the wheel and you just simply put it on edge at a 45 and just work it until you get the platform that you feel comfortable with. When you first start, you may even want a platform wider than that. It does give you confidence, but that's the fun thing about fog. See, there's one little nick right there. That's got to be cleaned up too, or I have to avoid it when I'm flaking. I try not to even set up with any of those, because then you're messing with your flake pattern spacing, but that'll probably be best to get fixed. But I'm going to flake it and see what happens.